Hello guys, Colin here. When it comes to entry-level guitars, especially those bundled as a starter kit with amp and all the accessories one needs to get going, there's often very little themed for the aspiring metal musician. Beginners deserve some mean styling on well-made performance instruments for small money, and that's where Thomann comes to the rescue with the Harley Benton Progressive Line. This slick-looking bit of gear not only has the look of a classic metal guitar, but the build and features to match. Bundled with this are a small amp, cable, strap, case, picks and tuner. The whole lot clocks in at less than 200 Great British pounds, but is it worth the money? Can something this cheap be any good? And are these starter bundles a good idea in general? Let's start by looking at the guitar. The SC-1000 has a mahogany body with a set-in mahogany neck. A blackwood fretboard, which is a good substitute for the now outlawed rosewood, all finished in an impressive matte black with cream binding on the neck and body. The comfortable C-profile neck fits the hand well without being too thick and supports 24 frets, which are all easily accessible thanks to the generous and contoured single cutaway. It's packing some serious firepower in the form of these high-gain HPZ active pickups, something I'm not usually a fan of, but it's a very good idea on this instrument, and we'll come back to why that is later in this video. Some basic gold hardware completes the guitar and provides a look that will satisfy Metallica fans while still being classy enough that you won't feel embarrassed when you grow out of your baby's first metal phase. So let's hear some popular metal riffs going through the Victory Kraken into the Hoff9 Pro 212V so we can get an idea of how this guitar performs in a good metal setup. Honestly, this is really good value for money. The construction is solid and the instrument is well finished. Those high output active pickups are very aggressive, if a little noisy, and will easily get you into metal territory. This is easy and enjoyable to play, and I've had a hard time putting this one down. As you can see from some of the shiny spots are starting to appear at points of prolonged skin contact. The looks are killer. I love the matte black finish with the gold hardware, and for a guitar that on its own would set you back only 160 quid, it could easily compete with an instrument twice that price. It's a lot of guitar for the money and will provide continuous inspiration to keep a beginner playing. Being so cheap, there are obviously some flaws that are worth addressing. Firstly, the hardware isn't the best. The tuners, bridge and tailpiece are all obviously cheap units, but they work well enough, so it won't be a deal breaker for beginners. For anyone looking to pick this up as a cheap back amp instrument, you're probably going to want to upgrade these parts at some point. The frets were a little scratchy compared to the more expensive instruments I'm used to. This could be felt especially when bending at the upper frets. Again, this is something that won't be a deal breaker for beginners as it doesn't impede playing, but I would like to give the frets a little bit more attention to get them mirror smooth. The volume knob for the neck pickup came placed in the wrong orientation. I mean, that's something exceptionally minor and easily resolved by taking the knob off and lining the numbers up correctly, but I thought it was an odd thing to be wrong that might confuse beginners. Lastly, it appears that a tool has slipped and damaged a bridge pin during setup. No doubt an unfortunate mistake that has slipped past quality control. I've had the privilege of playing and inspecting a number of Harley Benton instruments at Thomann, and I saw no other issues like this, so mine seems to be an anomaly. Again, while frustrating, it doesn't impede the instrument, and it is an easily replaceable part. This is a fantastic instrument for the money. Sure, there are a few little flaws, but I honestly can't stay mad about them considering this guitar comes in a bundle for less than 200 quid. What you are getting for the money with this instrument is incredible, especially compared to what I remember £200 buying you when I first started playing over a decade ago. You certainly would never have got an all mahogany set neck active pickup guitar of this build quality for even twice the price. The amp in the bundle is a fairly standard 20-watt solid-state open-back combo. It's small with an 8-inch speaker and it's actually packed with an impressive amount of features. It's 2-channel, clean and overdrive with a shared 3-band EQ and a spring reverb. An MP3 line-in allows you to jam along with music from your phone or other audio device, a very handy feature for beginners. As too is the headphone output, so you don't wake your parents or neighbours with your late night practice sessions. A line out is even included should you want to connect this amp to an audio interface or sound desk. An unusual addition for a little practice amp like this, but could come in very useful when you want to start home recording. The construction is really solid. This is built like a tank, well finished with metal corner protectors. This will survive some abuse. But of course what matters is how it sounds. So let's do those popular metal riffs again, but this time through the Harley Benton amp. It does the job and sounds fairly reasonable. Again, you can't expect much from a little practice amp like this, but it's got everything you need to get started with some very welcome features for beginners. The overdrive sounds, while not amazing, will get you there and keep you rocking until you can justify upgrading to something better, whether that be another amp or a quality distortion pedal. Now this amp isn't designed for crushing high-gain metal sounds. It's a general all-rounder amplifier, but that's where the active pickups in the guitar have an advantage. With the extra output and aggressive character of the active pickups, the guitar is driving the amplifier harder and forcing it to perform far beyond what it has any right to. Were the guitar to feature cheap, basic passive pickups, we wouldn't be getting the same metal sounds as we got here. The active pickups are working like a boost to send the distortion in the amp over the edge, which is precisely what active pickups were designed to do before modern high-gain amps rendered them a little bit pointless. It's worth remembering that open back cabinets like this will sound very different depending on where you place them in the room. For more bass response, you want to place the rear of the amplifier close to a wall. Bringing the amplifier into the middle of the room provides a more open sound with a less defined bass, something you probably don't want for heavy metal, and that's why most metal cabinets will feature a closed back design.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Thomann accessory quickfire round!
Thomann standard, the snake cable, is flexible and smooth with metal jack plugs. Much better than the crap quality molded cables you usually see free with guitars. This is CSGuitars approved. A set of 12 mixed thickness picks so you can find what works best for you. They are rough to the touch, so won't slip from your grasp. Have all the joy of discovering your favorite and then go buy that size in a Dunlop Tortex like everyone else. The essential clip-on headstock tuner rotates to give optimum viewing angle, and the large backlit screen gives clear, accurate readouts of your tuning. It's chromatic, so no matter what tuning you use, you'll never have to worry about a thing with this little gadget. It's a guitar strap. Now you can play standing up. Wear your guitar at your knees, compromising playing ability, but damn don't you look cool. Also has a fantastic new rubber smell you can get high off. Thomann standard gig bag, sized for guitars. Keep your instrument dust-free and carry it wherever you go. A large pouch in front holds all your other accessories. It's not padded, but it's better than dragging your guitar along the street. So is this starter bundle worth getting? Absolutely yes. The guitar is excellent despite some minor flaws, and the accessories give you everything you need. The cable and tuner especially are nice, as too is the basic gig bag. I'd happily use all of these. I don't care much for the strap or the picks. Personally, I'd get some better quality ones of these, but if you've got nothing else, these will get you through. The weak point for me is the amp. I mean, I started off with something far worse than this, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining, but I think anyone who's serious about starting their journey as a heavy metal guitarist will outgrow this pretty quickly. There are many good practice amps on the market for not a lot of money, so it should be easy to step up from here once you've mastered the basics. This kit is an essential platform to grow from and should be viewed as such. After a while playing with the elements in this bundle, it would be reasonable to upgrade the amp and accessories. There's a lot more growing room in the guitar, with really only some hardware upgrades and some basic setup needed to transform this into something that will see many, many years of use. Harley Benton's Progressive Guitar Bundle has my seal of approval. But what will I think of Harley Benton's Progressive Bass Bundle? To find out, you can hit the subscribe button and that will notify you of new content as it comes out. My Patreon's also there for exclusive secret stuff if you wish to support me further, and there's other videos you might not have seen. But that's all for now, guys. Keep it loud, and I'll see you later.